Hello, everyone, and welcome to Chat with Nene Alice. If this is your first time tuning in to Chat with Nene Alice, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to send in your comments. Viewers, today I have with me a very, powerful personality in the person of Peagie Woobay Foday. Peggy is the CEO and founder of the Peagie Woobay Scholarship Fund. She's a dynamic fundraiser, and she's raising funds in Sweden and in Sierra Leone and some other parts of the world just to support teen mothers. And she has done a lot of work, with regards to that particular initiative. And there are lots of testimonies to that. So today I have with me in the studios Peggy, and I want Peggy to introduce herself, and then we'll move the conversation from there. Hello, Peggy. You want to say hi to viewers and just say a little bit about yourself?
Hello viewers, hello Sierra Leoneans. My name is Peagie, as Ali said, and I was born in Kenema, Eastern Sierra Leone, and I'm a Shabru by tribe, which is very important because I like fish.
Yes.
And I live in Sweden currently. I work at the Embassy of Malaysia in Stockholm. I'm married with 3 kids, but I'm also the CEO of the Peagie Woobay Scholarship Fund, which aims at educating girls in Sierra Leone, but especially teenage mothers who could have dropped out otherwise if we were not there to help them.
Okay, Peggy. You know, Peggy, I'm touched by your story, so that's why I wanted you to come as a guest. So can you just give us a little bit of a background? What inspired you, to take us through this journey?
Yeah, well, as I said, Peagie Woobay Scholarship Fund is a bit my story, my dream, which has become our story, our dream, because a lot of people have joined me throughout this journey 9 years ago. Because I was a teenage mother, I got pregnant at 15, had my son, but I was able to go back to school because my parents were there to support me, so I didn't drop out. And I had my child and immediately went back to school. But then those days, there was this stigma around teenage pregnancy, that you couldn't go back to school, you drop out, or you were shunned by your peer group. So I was a bit ashamed to go back to school because of the situation I found myself. But my parents supported me and really pushed me to go back to school, because for them, education was the all and all. So I went back to school, up to university, postgraduate, and now, well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Because of I'm educated, I'm a successful lady. So I'd always thought of giving back to teenage mothers who find themselves in that situation, that a second chance is possible. So our program is called the Second Chances, and if I succeeded, they too can succeed.
Yeah. So why Sierra Leone? Why are you doing it in Sierra Leone?
Well, naturally, I'm a Sierra Leonean. I love everything Sierra Leone.
I thought you would have done it in Sweden because that's where you live, and maybe reach out to those young girls there. So I just want you to tell Sierra Leoneans why you chose here.
Well, it's not the same environment. It's not the same structure, culture, of course.
Yeah.
So maybe in Sweden you will be pregnant and be in class, but not in Sierra Leone. So it's either you stay home if you don't have the support. So for me, it was important to give teenage mothers that support, that they can go back to school, have their child and go back to school, and it was possible, and create that facility for them. So what we did is exactly, like I said, my story, my journey. When I got pregnant, when I had my child, my parents put my child into a daycare, and I was able to go back to school. So at the Peagie Woobay Scholarship Fund, we have a resource center for the girls, and these resource centers have daycares, nurseries, a nursing room, a library, and of course a playground. And now we've added a sewing classroom and a tourist classroom as well to train the teenage mothers as tourist guides. So it's on that format we work, thinking that they cannot go back to school if they don't have help with their children. And so they drop their kids in school, at the daycares, and they go to school. And we've seen it's working, and we've got a lot of success stories.
So do you want to share which areas of Sierra Leone you work, and maybe how many guys you have worked with over the years?
Yeah, we work all over Sierra Leone except where we do not have reliable people to coordinate our programs. That is in Cambia and I think Port Loko. Those are the only districts we do not work in. But we work in all other districts in Sierra Leone, especially in Moyamba and Koinadugu, which were our pilot towns, where we created centers for the teenage mothers. So we have about 21 teenage mothers in Moyamba currently, and 27 in Koinadugu.
Okay, that's good.
And then we help other girls as well. So we have 286 girls countrywide. Because for us, we decided to do it in two folds. To put the teenage mothers in school through our second chance program, but also to help the teenage girls to avoid teenage pregnancies. Because normally it comes from poverty, peer group influences and other things. So we say if we create that atmosphere where girls have everything they need, they have safe spaces, they have libraries where they can go read, we do mentorship programs, we do workshops, we do a lot of things with them. We do dance classes, we go around the country with them. If we are in Koinadugu this year, the other year we will be in Kenema district. So if they have these activities going, then they won't be forced to go with men at that early age and get themselves pregnant. So it's a twofold as well. Second chances, but also a way of preventing teenage pregnancy. That's why we normally have workshops with health workers who come in to talk to them and encourage them to be on prevention and all of that.
Okay, so viewers, we are talking to Peagie Woobay. She is the CEO and founder for the Peagie Woobay Scholarship Fund, and she is working with teen mothers, and she has said she works all across the country. So I just want you to share with us a little bit some of your fundraising strategies. How have you been able to raise funds, to be able to have a very big operation like the one you have just expressed?
Yeah, it can be challenging, but then when you have the commitment, the passion, and the team that goes with it, it works. So when I founded the Peagie Woobay Scholarship Fund, it started first with my family. Everybody got involved, even my kids, they dance to raise funds. We sell things, we think out of the box to do fundraising events, because as you know, there is a funding challenge, they call donor fatigue, that happens, but it happens that sometimes we get institutions that fund us who've had purposeful funding us, who've had a bit of defeat once. But then for the past year, we've not had any external funding, but that has all stopped our program because, like I said, we always have little programs going on. We do exhibitions in Sierra Leone. I showcase Sierra Leone in Sweden. We are also registered in USA and Sweden and America. So what we do programs in all these countries. We pop out fundraising activities. We do the Walk to Keep Fit, like you just saw in Sierra Leone, which was very successful. We do it in Sweden as well. We have the exhibition called Explore Sierra Leone, and then we bring tourists as well to Sierra Leone, which is a touristic charity event, we call it. So we bring tourists, they walk with the girls for 2 days, and through that program as well, they become either monthly givers or sponsors to the girls. So that is in a way that helps us to sustain the program as well. Like as I think you just saw, I was just bottling coconut oil that I will be taking to sell. All those are fundraising. I will take Gary, I will sell Gara, Makeni Gara especially, because I think we have wonderful things in Sierra Leone that can sell out there in the world that can help us bring funds. So everything goes from Damit to Tota Park to dancing to showing people around Sierra Leone, to doing Zumba dance, to doing the walks, and of course writing applications out to institutions to come on board and help us help more girls.
So I know you've dealt with lots of girls. You have had positive stories and you have stories that are not so positive.
Sure.
So do you want to share some of those experiences that you have had?
Well, it's always amazing to see that when you help someone, they succeed. And one of our success stories is Maria too. She works now. She studied business administration. Maria too saw me on TV 8 years ago, and she had been at home for 3 years because she couldn't go back to school. She didn't have the funds. Those were the times when schools were still paying tuitions, and then with the other charges as well. Fortunately, now they have the free quality education, which complements, which has at least they don't pay tuition, even though there are still other charges. So Mariatu came to us in our office, and as soon as she saw me on SLBC, came to our office and explained her plight to us, and we put her back in, it was Vine Memorial by then, she went back to Vine Memorial. Her kid was 3, now her daughter is in secondary school, No, not secondary school. Primary school almost finishing. Maria too went back to school. She finished high school. She finished IPAM, and now she's a business administrator and works part time at a hotel, and has started constructing her own house. So those are one of her success stories, and is also a mentor to the other girls. Yeah, so she goes around the country talking to her other girls, trying to motivate them that to be pregnant is not good, because we always say the teenager cannot be a mother. But then when it happens, you apply yourself, you commit yourself, and move on and make use of the second chance you get. And that was what exactly Maria too did to succeed like I did.
So some of the not so good stories, what have happened?
Yeah, well, some of the not so good stories we have, but a few, I think it's more in the northern province. We've had the sad stories, and it is also in the southern province, like Pujao and Konyaduga, I would say. When you try as much to help the teenage mothers, and either they go get pregnant again, even though you've put them on preventives, you've spoken to them a lot about the importance of education, they just don't get it, and they go back to where where it all started. Despite all you've done, we've created centers for them, resource centers, to come to the library and read, discuss with other people, and then maybe after 2 years you see they already have 3 kids again. So it's a bit challenging, but then that doesn't stop us. We continue.
I wanted to say, does that dent the story? Or
no, it doesn't at all.
In fact, it motivates you
Yeah,
more.
it means that we need to do more.
Yeah,
we need to do more.
Okay.
And that can be only done if we have more funds.
Yeah. So Peggy, it's a pleasure talking to you always, and I actually do not want you to stop, but what I want to do at this point is you are a fundraiser and a motivator, and you have been like a role model to so many other people who share the same story with you.
Sure.
Do you want to send any inspirational message to that young girl out there looking for somebody to give her support, and in a situation where she cannot rescue herself?
Yeah, of course. There is always the Peagie Woobay Scholarship Fund and so many other organizations. We have our head office in Brookfields, 9 Willoughby Lane, always open from 9:30 to 4:30. Just call us or come to the office, explain yourself, where we can help, we help. And we also encourage girls, maybe if you think you cannot stay in the mainstream, there's always a way out.
Yeah.
We have vocational classes. Like I said, now we do sewing classes and tourist guides. And we are hoping that by next year, or maybe not next year since we have elections, the tourists will not be coming next year. Maybe the year after, the teenage mothers will be the tourist guides, because they would have been trained. Yeah.
Okay, so it's a pleasure having you today, and I want to wish you all the best. And I hope that you'll raise enough funds. Maybe you want to send message to people who want to support this Peagie Woobay Fund as well.
Of course, always for the love of the girls. You can always send in your donations, and sometimes I always say it's not only about money. You can come, speak to the girls, motivate them, or bring in clothing, bring in books, bring in food, because the daycares need food. We are from toddlers to 5 years when they start going to school. So, or just stop at our centers and speak to the girls, or maybe just come to our office or contact me. Send in your donations. We all have all the platforms to be able to donate. If you are in Sierra Leone, we have AfriCell, AfriMoney, Orange Money, we have the bank transfer, we have cash collection, and if you're in Sweden, we do Swish and bank transfer. If you're in England, we do the bank transfer as well. And if you're in America, we have a Cash App, we have a Zelle, we have PayPal. Everything is possible.
Okay, so viewers, you've had just support.
Just support for the love of the girls.
For the love of the girls.
Always.
Thank you so much, Peggy.
Thank you.
And I just want to say, I hope you are enjoying your stay.
Yeah.
And I know you are a fun-loving person, so have lots of fun. And then take our greetings and regards back to the family.
Thank you so much.
For gracing our stage, and we look forward to having more conversation with you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and have a pleasant weekend.
You too.